Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Every Friday podcast. We've been rotating names like people in the Witness Protection Program, but the main thing is we're getting some nice traction. As always, we're joined by Michael Larkin and Gary Silman, but we have a special guest. We've got Jacob Zacks of Fasten, and man, what an interesting guy, what an interesting family history. And you can tell in about 8 seconds that we're dealing with a good human being and a good business person, and that's a pretty good combination. I'm going to bounce it over to Mr. Silman because he was kind enough to help us make the acquaintance of Jacob, and let him tee it up. And again, Jacob, welcome to our program.
Very cool.
Okay. Glad to be here.
Hey, great. Larry, thanks. Jacob, Michael, really cool getting together. Sorry I missed last Friday. But Larry, you did make me chuckle because I do have hives when dealers don't do it right. And I was pretty sick when I go into dealerships and see them ignoring doing the normal basics. But the good news is we are in a full transition technology. I've been watching Jacob for a few years now, and I didn't know. I was like, oh, geez, another guy with a credit card. Geez, what kind of another loyalty program? I don't want to know about it. But as I started researching and seeing, Jacob's done a really wonderful job getting himself to the right people, getting proper advice, and learning. So I don't want to take any time away from what Jacob has to say, but I got a lot of questions, and I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for coming and spending some time with us, Jacob.
Yeah, of course. Glad to be here with the boys. Good Friday here. Awesome. Well, great. Thanks for having me. Where do you guys want to start? It's your rodeo.
Let's do this. We're real big on elevator pitches. When I meet somebody in about 8.5 seconds, I can tell them what we do. And we kind of look askew at people that spend 20 minutes explaining what they do, and you're more confused. So let's just say we bumped in you on the street and said, hey, Feldman, I think I heard of you. Zach, I think I heard of you. What do you do, sir?
Yeah, so right here, here's what it is. I'm launching the Fasten card in about a month. So we are the first credit card that rewards consumers as they pay off their auto loans and leases. So, you get credit card points for your Starbucks, your Netflix. Why not the most expensive things that you own? So now, being brand agnostic, lender agnostic, you pay off your auto loan per month without charging a credit card processing fee to the lender, to the consumer, to the dealer. We will give you points on your auto loans and leases. And then instead of giving 3x points at restaurants, like most credit cards, we'll give 3x points for your auto-related spend. So parking, gas, insurance, tolls, maintenance. So we really want to be the spend for your holistically for your credit card. We're a Visa card. We're accepted everywhere as Visa is accepted. So on the consumer side, we're giving you points for the second largest form of non-discretionary spend after mortgages. And then beyond that, we also have interesting point redemption. So your points can be redeemed for traditional credit card stuff, hotel, travel, gift cards, but every consumer will also be connected to their dealership group. And those points can be redeemed group-wide. So you can redeem them for service, maintenance, down payments. So we are really the first credit card where you can go on your dream vacation or buy your dream car. And the whole thing is you're spending the money anyway. You're spending the money anyway, whether it's, the average auto loan now nationally is $750. You might as well get the points. Beyond that,
I got to tell you that when you said you're spending the money anyway, last week we had Elon Musk on, and he took a slightly different turn, but we're going to let you get away with it because you're
Yeah. And so, and on that end, we also realize that from the dealership world, one of dealers' favorite words is reinsurance. We also realize that actually dealerships can buy our points as a reinsurable asset that they can now use to influence customer behavior, right? So there's all this CDP data. And in the fixed ops world, I frankly think that dealer marketing could use a lot of improvement. Now, using Fasten points, you can use it to influence customer behavior in the sense that there's all this data. We know it's time for Larry to get his oil changed. Now you can say, hey, come to us instead of Jiffy Lube. We'll give you 500 points. Or you're in the box buying a warrant, you're in the box negotiating. Now you can say, hey, buy this gap insurance, we can give you 10x points. And because these points are actually reinsurable, it's incredibly tax efficient for the dealer. So it's basically using these credit card marketing tools, using these credit card points as a marketing tool. You see it every day with other products, right? Every day we all wake up with an email from Amex, Chase, whoever. Hey, you get 10x points at Lululemon or Home Depot. Now it's the same exact concept, but because these points are reinsurable, it's incredibly tax efficient. And now instead of just like sending a postcard, which can still be part of your marketing, you can actually say, hey, let's give you points to come in.
Well, I like the fact that you can use it for other consumer things as well as within the dealership, because I think plenty of dealers have come up with the idea of an owner loyalty card, but the owner loyalty card only revolves around the parameter of the dealership. You know, they're trying to keep you in-house, which is fine. But the beauty of this sounds like you can use it in-house for a dealership, or you can use it for something else.
Exactly. And so that's the key, right? Like, so, you know, in the credit card world, the term is top of wallet. What's the credit card that you pick out? Like when you're going to restaurants, people have multiple cards, right? We want to be at a minimum top of wallet for all of your auto spend. If you have a 15-year-old, if you or your spouse are buying a car, we might be top of wallet for, you know, in like a year for like your spend of that year. But at a minimum, we want to be your credit card for all of your auto-related spending. What's funny is actually we found a company that just custom chips. So not our 1.0 card, but over the summer, we're actually getting the chip is going to be a car. So that's
how difficult is it for the consumer to get the card?
It takes you about, we launch in a month, but when you sign up, it takes you about 30 seconds to apply. It's a credit card application.
I like it.
Yes.
Gary, what do you think?
Well, I love it. I mean, I've always, you know, and I'm trying to, with me, when I looked at Jacob, it was like, okay, now you've got a wonderful product. Where do we execute? Where are the dealers seeing the value? So I always look to, you know, where are you seeing the pain points where dealers are having challenges making these, you know, marketing for the last 30 years has been their dealer's livelihood and their brand.
Yeah.
And now, you know, we see this major shift with technology and, you know, we talk transparency. The consumer wants to be in charge. And, you know, for forever, the dealer always wanted to hold control. So the credit card idea is wonderful because, you know, we now are learning, or everyone's learning, that the customer's information is king. And you have to keep it in secure places. Most of our people don't understand what secure and unsecure are. But they understand credit cards, and they understand that if they use a credit card, they're going to be protected. And so it's just all in the right direction. The cars are expensive, insurance is expensive, oil change is expensive, but you want to manage it. And when you, at the end of the month, you have all your credit card and you see, and now you're earning points, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, I stay at Hilton's. Right? Why do I stay at Hilton's? I get points. I go on vacation with the Hilton points. So it's really a great idea. And I love the idea that it's reinsurable because, you know, but now it's the execution. This is where I'm always, you know, dealers are listening and they're hearing it and they would like it. Now we just have to make it as seamlessly and as easy for them to install without disrupting their dealership.
Yeah.
So these are the things. So what are you guys seeing? You know, you're launching, so you're not even you can't even execute. But what have you done so far to make it as seamlessly as possible? As I guess that would be my question.
So here's one of the pieces of advice you get as a startup founder. One of the best is like you're going to talk to 1,000 smart people who are successful, who are all going to have different opinions. There are people who have said, this is an F9 product. There are people who have said, you sell it in service and sales. Here's the thing. There are 100 million Prime Plus drivers in America, points hackers, people who like to optimize for their credit card points. So some people might say, crap, I'm spending this money anyway. Some people might say, hey, I got an emergency $5,000 bill on my, as service. Hey, I want to get 1 point with my Chase card or 3 points with my Fasten card. But, you know, the key also here is actually what I think of a conquesting. So if you have, you don't have to have bought your car at that dealership to be connected to that dealership. So we can work with your marketing team to go out there and conquest every customer in your area and say, hey, are you getting points for your auto loans? No. Hey, how about you come sign up for this card? Now that card is connected to your dealership and your dealership only. And so, but now the key is that we're giving more choice than the OEM cards, right? So the OEM cards, you have to buy that OEM, you have to buy that brand, you have to use their captive, but you can go to the same dealership 5 miles away. For us, we're brand agnostic, lender agnostic, giving consumers choice as long as you're going within the same group. So the dealers
and Jacob, and what a great time to give them more value, because nobody's happy, neither dealers nor consumers, with where the interest rates are now. So if there was ever a time to maximize value, it's now.
Totally. Interest rates, and we all read about tariffs. Be raising a car $3-4 grand. I mean, like every car in America.
Don't get tariffs. We're having Trump on next week. He hates it. We give away the plot.
Yeah. Donnie,
Michael
not as good as his.
Hey, Michael may be able to get in touch with Elon. They say he's got a good contact.
Yeah, well, I heard he was on last
Elon
week.
is at another level. I'm on another level than him.
It's good. He's another boy from Hartford.
Elon's got the chainsaw. Mike just has a pocket knife. But
Elon's another guy from Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah,
Swiss Army.
But Jacob, but here's what I'm going to say. See, the cell phone and your credit card is what the consumer can control, and that's where the dealer needs to meet the consumer.
That's a great
And that's where your product makes it seamless, because we have 2 showrooms today. I say this all the time now. We have your subprime 650 and below, and they need to walk into the dealership. The dealership needs to help them with selecting cars and verifying it. But then you have your 650 and above. They don't want to go near the dealership. They want to sit right here, right like where, and going on the computer and deciding on what they want to do. And if they want to use that credit card, wonderful. If I want to finance this, so you give the empowerment back into the consumer's hands through the dealer's branding. So the dealer wins
also with the dealer on the top of the mind, right? So the dealer will have data. Hey, Gary, we know it's time for Gary to get his brakes changed.
Yeah.
Right? Gary has 30,000 credit card points. Now the dealer can market to Gary, say, hey, and you can also say, hey, come on in. We'll give you bonus points for coming in. Beyond that, recalls. No one brings in their card for recalls. How do you get people in? Say, hey, we'll give you 5,000 points. Those points are reinsurable as a marketing
and they need solutions, because the OEM are all over them about the recall. It's not like you can just let those recalls sit out there and not handle it, because then the feds, the government, and then they get clamped down, and then they get held accountable by other agencies. So that's another one. So it really, with the technology, it's a beautiful marketing plan for any dealer that wants to brand themselves and separate and add value to their customers.
Hold on for 1 second, Gary. You're aware of the people on this show, but let me make you more aware, because I want to dig deeper into you. Gary Silman has been dealing with integrity through F&I forever. Michael is one of the most well-liked, well-thought-of guys in your state. He manages to dig into the tech side without being too nerdy. I'm a former dealer, and I don't put anybody above my recruiting or training talents. Nobody. But one of the problems that the three of us have is when you're dealing with credibility, where have you worked? Who do you know? What's going on? And your family has such an interesting history of not only making money, but dealing with it in a way that just benefits the community and so many people. Would you mind, just to build up the credibility and let them know that you didn't just show up last week?
So, I come from a family business. My grandpa is 90 years old, goes in the office 5 days a week. If you're one of these things that you can't stop. My dad and my brother work with him. I love them, but sometimes you just want to go out on your own. But yeah, been in the telecom space. Customer service beepers, for everyone who remembers. We had a large beeper service. We got a large beeper service that has been in telecom as well, and now venturing into other stuff as well. And venturing into a bunch of other stuff. But it's one of these things where you learn from the best. I think that's just something like you have in the dealership world, right? There's a lot of having responsibility of taking care of your local communities is something that's really incredible. And, that's like something that's like you make your money somewhere. You should probably, you take care of your local people, right? I moved back to Connecticut. My family's been in Hartford. My great grandma actually passed away a few years ago at 108. The oldest woman in the state of Connecticut. She grew up in Hartford, right? So we've been there a while, and there's this whole concept of that my grandparents have really tried to teach me of, hey, take care of what made you. No one is an island. And so giving back and being philanthropic is something that a lot of dealers deal with. And also, coming from a family business is a very interesting thing, right? It's a very interesting thing. It's a very interesting dynamic. You get a lot of, there are different levels of frustration. We all have our families. We all get frustrated with our families. I think that's part of what love is coming back when you are frustrated. But I also think learning from a multi-generation family business, learning how that can also affect things, I think is very important.
I think Jacob, it wasn't just what you learned. It's that anybody can say my family had a successful business. But what was so interesting about your family business and what you're proposing with this card is the amount that's given back. That's the beauty of this. This is something where the dealer's going to be happy because it's going to draw more people back in, but the consumer's going to be happy because they have options, and everybody wants options today.
Exactly. Right. I think that's it, right? It's one of these things where it's like, you're proud of your family. It could be sometimes uncomfortable to talk about it. Philanthropy is kind of the name of the game in the Zach family. And, and it's all about giving back, right? I think that without that model, I don't think this business model would have really popped into my head, right? And there are other companies that are doing this in other spaces, right? There's a company that's doing this for rent, has 4 million cardholders in 2.5 years, 4 million across the country, right? People want things to give them back. People know that, hey, these are non-discretionary expenses. Your auto loan, your lease, your gas, your insurance, your maintenance are non-discretionary. Why are you only getting 1 point for everything and no points for your auto loans, right? These are ways that are going to go and help your family, help reduce the burden of car ownership, which is only going up.
And nature abhors a vacuum. So here you are jumping into this field where, again, you can augment the value that has to balance out where interest rates are. You're going to pull people back in. But, again, you're giving them the option to do something else. I got to tell you, Gary told me a little bit about you. But the more I hear about the card, the more intrigued I am because I just like how multifunctional it is and how it appeals to the dealer and the reinsurance. But I think it's going to really appeal to the consumer. How soon do you think you'll be in market?
April, first week in April is the goal, but we might even be before then. So we are a launch of friends and family. My car works. You have to go through we're at the few final bugs that can pay for.
Now let's say
to launch a credit card is not easy.
Listen, the three of us know a lot of dealers and deal with a lot of dealers. If a dealer is interested in this, how do they reach you? Do they reach you? Do they go to fasten.com? Tell us, because our goal here is to push it forward.
I'm the only Jacob Zachs in the entire world, ZACHS, the only one. You can find me. Shoot me an email, Jacob@fasten, fasten your seatbelt.cc for credit card.
Well, wait a minute. Michael Larkin, I believe you were using the alias of Jacob Zachs, only you couldn't get your credit card to work that day, if I believe.
I had a big X, a circle with a big X on my big old head.
We need
exactly.
Jacob, I'm sorry, he's incorrigible. I try to keep him in line.
We needed gather technology to verify Mike's identity, and he didn't pass.
Well, we also here we have we got a lot of 860 numbers. So even shoot me a text 860-558-2655. Talk to Gary. Gary and I chat, a lot. Larry and Mike, the first time I'm really meeting you, but we're here to just go and help dealers, right? Like, here's the thing: don't overthink it. It's credit card points. People love them. People are utilizing them. There's a reason why airlines are essentially credit card companies that happen to fly people these days. These are incredibly strong roots of customer retention.
All right.
That's what it comes down to.
So, Jacob, you as you were talking, I'm envisioning kind of the way that our business process is set up. It's got to be a win for your clients, which is the car dealers, a win for their consumers or their customers, but it's also going to be a win for you. Congratulations on hooking that up and having that mindset, because a lot of people don't. They're givers or they're receivers, and they don't kind of have that win-win-win mentality.
Well, all the good guys do have that mentality.
Yeah.
Because when you go for win-lose, you think you're winning, but you're losing, because everything is reputation-based. 100 years ago, if a guy didn't like you, Jacob, your grandfather's grandfather went to the barbershop and talked dirty, or went to synagogue and said something bad.
Yeah.
Today, you hit one button, and people in 9 million countries know you're a creep. So it's more important than ever to provide, we're back to Gary Silman, provide products with integrity. Profit's great, but if the profit stops because the people are unhappy, what did you do? These customers, let me steal my own line, these customers are not annoyances, they're annuities. And if we keep them happy and make life easy for them, it just perpetuates itself.
Exactly. Hey, give people what they want. People like credit card points. People like to be rewarded. The world is not getting is less expensive. It's getting more expensive.
Well, folks, listen, Jacob is a good friend to Gary Silman's, which means he's a good friend by proxy of me and Mr. Larkin. His family's been into philanthropy forever. He wants to go for it, but he wants to give back and help the dealers give back. So if anybody wants to reach him, you can reach him through Gary Silman, who's one of the easiest guys on earth to reach. And we'll certainly be keeping an eye. And we'll probably reach back after you in April to track the progress of this.
Also, well, you guys sign up. Go sign up for the card. If you have an auto loan or lease, or even if you don't have an auto loan or lease, if you want to get points towards your next down payment, anything, right? That's the thing. Points can be used. The points you use there, right?
And they sign up.
Go buy your dream card.
Jacob?
Fasten.cc for fasten.credit card.
Fasten.cc. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. We're trying to get fasten.com. It's owned by the Russians, so we can't get it right now.
It's great that you joined us. The information is terrific. We'll certainly help you any way we can. Gary, Mike, any thoughts?
Have a great weekend. It's the business did slow down. That snowstorm really hurt the dealers in our area. I hope that they get back going.
Hold on. Let me throw a positive note in here, because also being in the Northeast, I can remember my guys crying when it snowed, and I explained we're not a restaurant, we're a car dealership. If you own a restaurant and it snows, that guy's never eating that meal again. If it snows and they can't get out, they buy it the next day. So it's just a matter of focusing on that. It's like a big river, and just ride the waves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but learn.
Larry Feldman knows.
Learn technology. Technology is our best friend. We're watching it. We've got tools. I'm thrilled to have Jacob here today. We've got Pauldron for the service drive. We've got Gather.
Love the Pauldron. Love the Pauldron guys.
Technology.
Maddie D from Alaska.
Technology is what the consumers want. Give them what they want, like Mike Larkin says. Connect the dots and give them what they want. Thank you, Jacob. Thank you,
Thank
Michael,
you.
Larry.
Jacob,
Have a wonderful
thank you
weekend.
very much.
Great meeting, seeing
Appreciate
everybody.
it.
All right, very cool.
Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good weekend.